So in this video lesson, we'll talk about the cumulative frequency histogram and polygon. Now, what is cumulative frequency histogram? It is a graph that shows the running total of frequencies as the class interval increase. Gagamitin natin ay cumulative frequency at gagawa tayo ng isang histogram na graph. But what is histogram? Histogram is a type of graph that where there are no gaps between columns. So, ang gagawin din natin ay columns, kaya lang walang gaps. It means walang spaces yung bawat columns na gagamitin natin. How about the cumulative frequency polygon? It is also a graph, but this is a line graph, straight line, no? Kaya tinawag siyang polygon, that shows cumulative frequency. Ipa-plot natin yon in our class boundaries. So, ibig sabihin, ang gagamitin natin is cumulative frequency. Hindi po frequency. That is why increasing siya at we will connect the dots with the straight lines. Okay? Example number 1. This table is all about the number of hours studied of our students from 1 hour hanggang 25 hours. So, dahil nakagroup yung ating data, from 1 to 5 hours, there are 4 students dito sa frequency natin ang nag-aaral. From 6 to 10 hours, may 7 students, and so on and so forth. So, itong frequency are the number of students na nag-aaral sa loob ng mga oras na ito. Now, how to make a boundary or boundaries? Kasi dalawa yan. Left at saka yung right. Ang tawag natin dito is class interval. So, yung interval niya, left ay tinatawag na lower limit. The right side will be the upper limit. O kaya itong mas maliit na number ay lower limit. Yung mas mataas na number ay upper limit. That is why tinawag siya na lower limit kasi mas mababa sila. So, pag may lower limit, meron ding lower boundary. To get the lower boundary dun sa ating lower limit, ima-minus lang natin ito ng 0.5. So, magiging 0.5. 6 minus 0.5 is 5.5. 11 minus 0.5 is 10.5. 16 minus 0.5 is 15.5. And 21 minus 0.5 is 20.5. On the upper boundary naman, ay magpa-plus 0.5 tayo sa ating upper limit. So, magiging 5 plus 0.5 is 5.5, 10 plus 0.5 is 10.5, and so on and so forth. So, yung boundaries, ang gagamitin natin mamaya sa ating graph. To get the cumulative frequency, ang first step is to copy the first frequency. But depends, kapag yung ating interval nasa taas, yung pinakamaliit na interval, which is in this case, 1, so sa taas tayo mag-start. Pero kung si 1 nasa baba at si 25 nasa taas, magkabaliktad sila ng pwesto, so sa baba tayo magsisimula ng cumulative frequency. So since nandito siya, si 4 ang una natin ilalagay. So si 4, just copy 4. Then add natin, 4 plus 7 will be 11. Okay? So ang gagamitin natin ay addition. Next is 11. Add mo naman sa baba niya which is 10. The answer is 21. Then same pattern, 21 plus 6 is 27. 27 plus 3 is 30. Okay? So the answer here is 4, 11, 21, 27, and 30. Now, we have now the table for this example. Let us now answer or make a histogram graph. So to get or to make a cumulative frequency histogram graph, so kakailangan natin ay boundaries at yung cumulative frequency dun sa kaninang table. Ang ibig sabihin nito, there are maximum or pinaka-total, ng number of students na tinanong dito ay 30. Kasi yun yung pinakadulo natin. If you want to check if your answer is correct, yung ating frequency kanina ay i-add natin. So, kung in-add natin yung frequency kanina, dapat 30 din yung answer niya. Okay? So, in this case, sa ating horizontal line, yung naka-green, ang tawag natin dito ay horizontal axis, horizontal line. So, ang nandito ay yung boundaries natin in the number of hours studied. So, you start with 0.5 hanggang 25.5. So, we have 0.5 hanggang 25.5. Then, on our vertical line, we have the cumulative frequency. So, it depends. So, dito, ang case natin, si 4 ang nauna. Siya yung mas maliit. So, mag-start tayo sa 0, of course, it's always 0. Then, ang pinaka-maximum natin, 35. So, pwede ka naman lumagpas. And yung interval ng ating graph, it depends kung ilan ang gusto mo. Pwedeng by 3, by 2s, pwede ding by 1 kung konti lang. But since madami sila, para konti lang din yung ating pag-graph, nag-by 5 tayo. So, paano ba natin ginraph? Again, using columns and with no gaps. 0.5 to 5.5, we have 4. 5.5 to 10.5, we have 11. 10.5 to 15.5, we have 21. 15.5 to 20.5, we have 27. And 20.5 to 25.5, we have 30. So, yun. Meron tayong 4, 11, 21, 27, and 30. So, this is how we make a cumulative frequency histogram. How about in polygon? In cumulative frequency polygon, it's same as the histogram. Ang ginamit din natin ay boundary sa baba, then cumulative frequency sa ating vertical. Ang pinagkaiba lang, we use dots or points, and then we connect them using a straight line. So, ganito yan. From 0.5, of course, you start with 0 muna. I mean, sa pinaka horizontal line. To 5.5, we have 4 students. So, 0.5 to 5.5, we have 4 students. So, from 4 students, 5.5 to 10.5, which is 11. 10.5 to 15.5 ay 21 students. 15.5 to 20.5, 27 students. 20.5 to 25.5 is 30 students. So, ganun lang ang paggawa ng cumulative frequency polygon. Next is, let us answer the following question. And how are we going to answer this? Using the table, using the graph, polygon man yan, or histogram. How many students studied at most 10 hours? It means that pinakamadaming estudyante, I mean pinakabilang ng estudyante na pinakamahabang study hours niya ay 10 hours at most. Yun na yung wala nang lalagpas sa 10 hours. So, simula sa 1 hanggang 10. So, itong dalawang row na ito. So, we have 11 students. So, titingnan na lang natin sa cumulative frequency na katapat ni 10, which is 11. Number 2, how many students studied in at most 15 hours? So, if titingnan natin, hindi na pwedeng bumaba sa 15. So, from 1 to 15. So, it means yung katapat na 15 na CF, which is 21. So, there are 21 students. Again, CF is cumulative frequency. Number 4, how many students studied more than 15 hours? So, kung kanina, at most, ngayon, mas mahaba daw sa 15 hours. So, kung mas mahaba sa 15 hours, we start with 16. So, 16 hanggang 25. So, ang gagawin natin sa frequency, add natin 6 plus 3, doon dalawa, kasi dalawang row kailangan natin, which is 9 students. Okay? Next, how many students or what does the cumulative frequency 27 mean? Ano daw ibig sabihin ng cumulative frequency na 27? So, kabaliktaran nitong number 1 tsaka number 2. It means that there are 27 students studied at most, yun yung katapat niya, which is 20 hours. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, there are 27 students na nag-aaral at most 20 hours. Okay? Next, let's proceed now to number 2 example. So, for number 2 example, we have the daily allowances of our students. So, we have 50 until 299. So, for the lower boundary, we have 50 until 250. We subtract them by 0.5. So ito yung magiging answer. Then on the upper limit or upper boundary, we have to add 0.5. So the answer is 99.5 until 299.5. Okay? So for cumulative frequency, dahil nasa taas yung mas maliit na class interval which is 50, so si frequency 8, i-copy lang natin muna. So copy 8, then 8 plus 12, we have 20. 20 plus 9, we have 29. 29 plus 6, we have 35. 35 plus 5, we have 40. So in this case, there are 40 students ang tinanong ng daily allowances nila from 50 pesos hanggang 299 pesos. Okay? So this is how we make again like a histogram using the boundaries. Boundaries is our horizontal axis and the cumulative frequency will be our vertical axis. Then we need to graph them gamit ay no gaps na what? Columns. Okay? Next, how about the polygon? Same. Daily allowance boundaries on the horizontal and vertical will be our frequency, cumulative frequency. Now again, highest is 40. That is why hanggang 40 yung ginagay natin rito. Then, make dots sa ating cumulative frequency, increasing, and then we connect them using straight lines. Okay? Next, let us answer the following. How many students have daily allowance at most 149? So, hanggang dito lang sa 149. So, ang katapat niyang ang CF is 20 students. Okay? Number 2, how many students have daily allowance of at most 199? So, dito tayo sa 199. Ang katapat niya na CF ay 29. So, there are 29 students. For number 3, how many students represented in the data? So we have 40 students total, yung pinakadulo. Number 4, how many students have daily allowance more than? When we say more than, mas mataas pa daw sa 149 pesos. Of course, you start with 150. So 150 hanggang 299. So 1, 2, 3, tatlong row. So add my frequency, 9 plus 6 plus 5. So 9 plus 6 is 15 plus 5 is 20. So we have 20 students. Okay? So for number 5, we have now, what does the cumulative frequency 20 mean? It means that there are 20 students have daily allowance of at most 149 pesos. So, yun yung ibig sabihin ng CF na yun. Okay? So next, let's have the next example. We have number 3 as sample. This is the age of students naman. So makikita natin yung interval nila isa lang, 11, 12, no? 11, 12. I mean 11 saka 12, 2 lang, 2. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 hanggang 20. So tingnan natin boundaries. On the left side, we need to subtract it by 0.5. And on the right side, we need to add 0.5. Okay? So for the frequency, we need to copy first 6. 6 plus 10 will be 16. 16 plus 12 is 28. 28 plus 7 is 35. And 35 plus 3 is 38. Okay? Next, this is the histogram. After you make the histogram, again, age of students and boundary on the horizontal. And the vertical axis will be the cumulative frequency. Then you have to make the graph column with no gaps. And for the polygon, we need to plot them and then line them using, connect them using the straight line. Okay? So let us answer again. How many students are at most 14 years old? So hanggang 14 lang, of course, 16. Then, how many students are at most 16 years old? So 16 years old na daw. So we have 28 students. How many students are represented in the data? So there are 38 students. Okay? Number 4, how many students are older? Mas matanda daw sa 12 years old. So, hindi kasama si 12. So, you start with 13 hanggang 20. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So in the frequency, we have 10 plus 12. That is 22 plus 7. 22 plus 7 is 29 plus 3 is 32. So we have 32 here. Okay. So what does the cumulative frequency of 28 mean? It means that there are 28 students are at most 16 years old. Okay, so 28 students, 16 years old. So this is how you make this. Okay, next. Now, for the activity, you can pause this video. You can try this here at home sa inyong notebook. These are the number of minutes spent, no, ng mga estudyante in minutes from 10 minutes hanggang 59 minutes. And these are the frequencies. And then you need to answer the following questions. No, again, after you make the table, you make the graph, histogram, and polygon, and then answer this following question. Okay? So I hope you learned something. Thank you so much for watching. This is Ma'am Chris. And of course, ang ating karunungan ay ibigay lahat sa ating Panginoon. Hanggang sa muli. Bye-bye!